Good morning, my dear Christian brother or sister, on this beautiful Wednesday. I hope that it's another glorious day of living your very best life in Jesus Christ as we approach Advent. Well, I was working this afternoon in the fellowship hall, desperately trying to finish a piece of sewing that I was working on, and the phone rang. It was my brother Tim. Now, I love my brother Tim, but Tim is that member of the family that invariably always finds the worst possible moment to call you. And at this particular moment, when Tim called, I was, rather occupied. So I hit the, I've been very blessed that I have an old iWatch, and so I hit the watch, and Tim proceeds to, without introduction, tell me a joke. This was not a good joke. And to be honest with you, I started to get very impatient with Tim, but I have to remind myself that Tim is in a rehab facility, and frankly, Tim gets bored. So I stopped what I was doing and I talked to my dear brother, and I felt better about it and he felt better about it, and I got back to work. And it reminded me that in every family, there always seems to be that one member of the family that, I don't know, it's just there's something that they bring to your mind, and they either make you crazy or they make you laugh, or both. So as I was getting back to work, I opened the special drawer on my special Advent calendar, and I was reminded of the important gift of family in my life. I think I'm like most people. I don't really talk about my family very often because I figure that, like most folks, family is something we assume everyone has, and even though it may be very important to us, it's very seldom interesting to others. I mean, everyone has their own family, right? Well, unfortunately, that's not always true. But those that have family also know that everyone also has their family problems. And we tend to keep such things to ourselves. As a pastor, I find myself often being told of things in families, and being, of course, a minister, I keep them all strictly to myself, and they concern me, I'm sure, as almost as much as those that are involved. I mean, how many of us have a relative that seems to invariably cause problems in the family, or cannot seem to keep a job, or has a serious substance abuse problem, or perhaps is in some other unfortunate circumstance? How about the one who starts arguments at dinner, seems to want nothing to do with the rest of the family? Or maybe it's you that chooses to limit their time with the family because of some past hurts or traumas. It seems family can be both a blessing and a curse sometimes, doesn't it? And especially during the holidays. You know, families were so important that the Bible lists Jesus' family tree in for Matthew 1. And even though there were many exemplary people in that tree, there were a few skeletons, such as Tamar and Rahab, both of whom were prostitutes, and Uriah's wife, who is, of course, party to David's scandalous affair. How many of us have someone in the family or hidden in our family tree that we just don't really speak of because of something they did, or, be honest with you, maybe something they continue to do? People refer to them as skeletons in the closet, and I've heard that my whole life. One of my favorite authors once said, anyone who thinks they have no skeletons in the family closet hasn't looked enough, because they're always there. Why in the world would Matthew, the author of this genealogy of Jesus, draw attention to these skeletons in Jesus' family tree? I mean, Matthew wrote to the Jews, and he reminded them of those in Jesus' ancestry who came from people groups the Jews looked down upon them racially. Those who were previously pagans, those who came from dishonorable backgrounds, and those who had committed grievous sins. I think the point was that if God can use these men and women to bring his son into the world, then he can use anyone. God places an extreme emphasis on family and the relationships based on family love. After all, he created the family from the very beginning of mankind, and refers to all of us who has accepted him into our hearts and lives as a part of his family. God made it pretty clear that families are important when he created Adam and Eve. They are the fundamental building blocks of strong societies. Families are where we can feel love and learn how to love others. Life's tough, and we need people that we can lean on, and that's mostly family. Home is a safe haven where we can get advice and support and hugs and, like Landry, when necessary, chocolate chip cookies. Jesus did not come only for people who look a certain way, came from certain backgrounds, or whose past is squeaky clean. Rather, the gospel of Jesus Christ is for everyone. Your race, your gender, your family background, your former beliefs, your past mistakes, even your bad jokes do not matter to God. God will save you and use you to advance His kingdom, regardless of what skeletons you might have hanging in your family tree. You know, I'm blessed that I have good brothers and many fine men and women in my earthly family tree, starting with my parents. I'm very thankful for them. But you know, I'm also blessed to have many wonderful and loving Christian brothers and sisters like you in my adopted family tree, the one where we're all adopted children of the King. Let's take a moment today and pause to be thankful for our families, even the ones that might upset us or embarrass us from time to time, might make us have to stop our work occasionally. And remember that from such people came Jesus, came the Messiah. And from such people, the kingdom of God is ultimately made. I hope you make today a fantastic day. I want you to know that I'm here should you need me. I hope to see everyone at Bible study tonight, and I truly love you all. Bye-bye.